This afternoon, shortly before 4:30, patrol officers responded to the area of 7700 103rd Street in reference to an armed bank robbery. The investigation has revealed thus far that the suspect entered the bank and displayed a firearm. He demanded money from the employees, and the employees complied. As the suspect was exiting the bank, patrol officers were arriving on scene, and the suspect entered a vehicle that the patrol officers immediately recognized as a car that had previously been reported stolen earlier in the day. Patrol officers began to pursue the vehicle westbound on 103rd Street, and as the officers were pursuing the suspect vehicle, he was going in and out of oncoming traffic and entering eastbound lanes and discharging a firearm at the pursuing officers. In the area of 9400 103rd Street, the suspect entered eastbound lanes and struck a pickup truck. The officers blocked the suspect vehicle and he was taken into custody. The occupants of the pickup truck were a grandfather and his granddaughter. They were both transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, as was the suspect and one police officer. There were no injuries reported at the bank. This continues to be an active investigation. Our traffic homicide unit, robbery unit, crime scene unit, and the FBI are all on scene conducting an investigation. But we ask anyone who has any information to call us at 904-630-0500 or email us at jsocrimetips@jaxsheriff.org. If anyone has any information and they want to stay anonymous, they can call First Coast Crime Stoppers at 1-866-845-TIPS. And right now there's one lane open and we're kind of having traffic moving. We're hoping that it'll be opened up completely within the next hour or so.
Was the granddaughter, was she a minor?
Yes, it was a child.
Do you know the age?
I do not.
Okay.
And you said all four that were transported, the officer, the grandfather, the granddaughter, and
The suspect.
the suspect all have like non-life-threatening
Non-life-threatening injuries, correct.
And the suspect is a man. Do you know the age?
I do not have any suspect information right now.
Okay, so we're not
I know it was a male, but I don't have any identifying information at
and
this
our
time.
charter is pending at this time.
Yes, our FBI, traffic homicide, and robbery are all investigating.
Why FBI?
They investigate bank robberies.
Okay, so how did the suspect get stopped? Was it because they crashed into a truck?
They crashed into the truck. They entered oncoming traffic and struck the vehicle head on.
Was the truck heading
Eastbound, and the suspect entered eastbound lanes traveling westbound and struck it end to end, and then the officers blocked the suspect vehicle.
Did the suspect ever fire any shots at the officers as he was leaving the bank?
No, not that we're aware of, but it was while he was driving. We have confirmed that he was discharging his firearm at the pursuing officers.
But he had his own gun.
Yes.
Did any officers have to fire their weapons?
No officers discharged their weapons in this incident.
So, in the patrol cars just blocked them in, or did they like pin the suspect in, or like make contact with any?
They made contact with the vehicle. So there is a patrol vehicle that has some pretty significant damage from blocking. And then there's another patrol car that came behind the suspect vehicle, so he couldn't back up, and that vehicle doesn't have any damage that I saw.
So, how far was the chase?
That's a good question. I'm not sure how far it was. It was from the 7700 block to the 9400 block, so you can probably calculate it. I'm not sure though, I'm sorry.
So, and where was this vehicle reported stolen from?
I don't have that information, but I can find the report and we'll fulfill the records request in the morning.
What kind of car was the suspect in?
It was a sedan. I'm not sure what kind of car it was though.
White?
Yeah, it was a white car.
And it was earlier today when it was stolen?
Yes, I'm not sure of the time though. Like I said, we'll fulfill a records request in the morning. I'll get all the case numbers.
Only one suspect in the suspect's vehicle?
Yes.
Were you able to recover the money that?
I'm not sure. It's still under investigation by robbery and FBI.
So we don't know like how much.
We don't know. I don't know the exact. I'm sorry, the exact amount or recovery or anything like
And
that.
so JSO was arriving at the bank as the suspect was leaving.
Yes,
Okay. Can you talk to the great work that JSO did?
they did a
getting there?
phenomenal job. I mean, the patrol officers responded quickly. They immediately identified that vehicle as a vehicle that had been stolen earlier in the day. The officers had been looking for that car all day. They were aware of it, and they immediately saw it. They observed the suspect exiting the bank with a firearm and immediately began pursuing that vehicle. They did a fantastic job today.
Do you know how fast the suspect was driving?
No, it's still going to be under investigation how fast the pursuit was.
And since it wasn't mentioned, but just in case, there was no injuries inside the bank?
No, there were no injuries inside the bank.
So the bank, did the bank push a silent alarm to alert the police?
I'm not sure how the law enforcement was notified. That's going to be part of the investigation by robbery and the
Law
FBI.
enforcement
Was
was
able to-
notified.
We were notified and we responded very quickly. Patrol officers were there within minutes.
As the suspect was like walking out of the bank with a gun.
Yes.
And you said that this should wrap up in the next hour.
I would hope within the next hour or so. They're working on getting those cars loaded up, and then they're going to have to clear some glass out of the roadway, and hopefully we'll be moving soon.
Okay. Is anybody not able to get to their home right now?
I think by now most people should, because that one lane is open. It's just going to take a little bit because we're backed up eastbound and westbound right now.
Which lane is open?
The outside westbound lane, but we have traffic moving in both directions in that lane. We have patrol officers there directing traffic, so it can go both directions.
Okay.
And then, sorry, I just want to clarify, 3 total vehicles with damage.
Yes.
The truck, the suspect's stolen vehicle, and the patrol car.
Yes, correct.
But there was one other officer.
The other
involved.
officer, yes, pinned the back of the suspect's vehicle so he couldn't back up.
Okay.
Yep.
And then when the suspect was pinned, did he give up?
Did they actually
I'm
put
not,
him-
I don't know if there are any resisting charges, but I do know that they were able to take him into custody and that he was transported with non-life-threatening injuries. Anything else?
I
All
think
right.
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it.
Oh, man.
You be